Hello to everybody from the Blue Oval Car Barn in Mineral Wells, Texas. Underneath the Baker Hotel and Crazy Water sign right down the street. Hey, look, I want to talk to you today. I wanted to have a walk-around video of the Gold HO that we've been talking about on Facebook, and I wanted to do a drive-along where we're going to go drive the car. But it's raining, so all of my plans destroyed. So instead of doing that, we're going to do a recap on the projects that we're working on here at the car barn. Then we're going to go do a walk around and a little information on the shop and the Gold HO that everybody's been asking me about, Golden Glow HO. So here's the projects. We're working currently on 10 restoration projects. Some of them are nearing completion. Some of you have been following them on Facebook, and I want to thank the over 6,100 followers that we have. That is 6,100 of you that follow our Facebook page, and I get a lot of great comments and a lot of feedback, and I appreciate those comments, the good ones and the bad ones. So let's keep that dialogue going. Here's what's new. And some of it's not so new at the Blue Oval Car Barn. We're working on the 267 Shelbys. One of them is in paint, one of them is in assembly. The one that's in assembly, the engine is done, and you'll be seeing some more pictures of it soon. The one that's just going into paint and body right now, you'll follow that along as well. Two white 67 Shelbys, number 1 and number 2. Number 1 came from a find in Florida a couple of years ago. Number 2 came from that four-car find in Alabama last year. Our third car is a white Boss 351 that's currently in paint, mostly painted, and some assembly work is being done. You'll be seeing some pictures of it again soon. Y'all have been following the metal work and the paint along on Facebook. The fourth car is the Grabber Lime Green Boss 351 that's way far along in assembly. And you'll be seeing its final assembly pictures with the engine in it in a week or so, and then you'll start to see it being spiffed up and ready for delivery. Yeah, about 6 weeks it'll be home. Number 5 is an orange Cougar. It's a 69 XR7 with a 428 in it. It's got a 428 ram air engine, and it has brown leather interior. You've seen that on Facebook. It right now is being prepped, which means it's being ready to be shown. All the assembly work is done, all the restoration is done. We're going through and taking care of all the little things to get it ready to be shown. So it'll be in the public eye, in the car barn, and being judged this year. Number 6 is a red Super Cobra Jet sports roof that you might have seen yesterday or the day before in the paint booth. That is a 0 option, doesn't even have a radio in it, 429 Super Cobra Jet C6 automatic, 411 drag pack sports roof. It'll be in assembly in a couple of months. It's coming out of the paint shop. All it's got left to do is cut and buff and be assembled and all the gaps set, and it'll come out of paint. Number 7 is a pewter Boss 351 that's been in paint for about a year. I expect it out in the spring. Number 8 is a medium blue metallic Boss 351 that's in paint. I expect to see it out in the spring. Those will both be assembly projects you will see next year, probably in the summer. We have a black and ginger Super Cobra Jet 71 Mustang that you saw come back from Detroit a few months ago. It's gone through metal work now, and it'll be in paint in 3 or 4 months, maybe a little longer than that. The last car is our 66 K-Code 4-speed Mustang. It is a silver car. You've seen some pictures of it in primer. It will be going in right behind the white Boss one, so you'll start to see it in the paint booth and in body work in about 2 or 3 months. So that's the 10 projects we have going on right now. To recap them, I know on Facebook you see pictures of one, then you don't see it for a while, then it pops back up. But we have 10 projects in process right now, and that's the list. Now, on top of that, we occasionally get kind of drug into projects for other people. Whether it's helping a friend or doing something we think betters the hobby, we occasionally work on other people's cars. We have 3 of those in process right now. We have a red 71 Super Cobra Jet that we're trying to get it back into shape to be sold. We have a Gold HO, 72 HO, Golden Glow, that is a survivor car that we're actually trying to get it ready to go back to the owner. We have a black 4-speed 71 CJ from the original owner out of Colorado, thank you John, that we are going to do a complete restoration on. So you'll be seeing a few glimpses of that in the shop from time to time as well. I'd planned to do a walk around today on the Golden HO because I was asked for a video. You that asked me for the video, here it comes. And I was also going to do a drive, actually drive along in the Golden Glow HO to show you how it ran, but it's raining today so we can't do that. So let's break up right now, go back out in the shop, and we'll do a walk around on that HO for my Facebook buddy that asked for one. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Now, this is the Golden Glow car that Brendan Dennis, or is it Dennis Brendan, I'm not sure, asked me to do a video on. So we're going to do a little walk around. We're going to take some pictures and post them with this video and tell you about this car. This car was found in Iowa after it had sat for between 35 and 40 years in a lean-to beside a house. It was completely covered in little rust acme spots that we had to remove. And you might remember that we posted a video on that, how we do that and the technique we use for that about a year and a half ago, which you'd be glad to post again if anybody wants to see it. We went around, removed most of the rust spots, cured most of the problems. It's not a beautiful car, but it's a nice survivor. This is an original low mileage 72 HO Mach 1 survivor in Golden Glow. All the HOs were similar to Boss 351s, 4-speed, 391 cars. The big difference is in 72, none of them were Ram Air. They were all non-Ram Air cars. In 71, all the Boss 351s were Ram Air. The other big difference is the Boss 351's substantially higher compression ratio than the HO car. The HO cars have open chamber heads and flat top pistons. The Bosses have closed chamber heads and domed or pop-up pistons, whatever word you like to use. So the performance is a little different, but in 72, this was the top of the food chain. I don't think any of the 72 cars would outrun this car. Now, this car is a survivor. What survivor means, it's never been painted, or at least it's more than 80% original paint. I had to touch up a little bit on the tail panel of this car, but other than that, this car has never been painted. Its original condition is found, just cleaned up, buffed, polished, cleaned out, pulled the interior, cleaned up the engine, put used components or original components back in, rebuilt the brakes, rebuilt the suspension system, everything it needed. I'm going to open the hood on it, and today we were going to drive this car for you, but the weather didn't help us out. What we're doing today is the car appears to be down on horsepower a little bit, so we've been playing with the timing, and we just put one of our other stock carburetors on the car to compare the two. The original HO carburetor is right here. This is the original carburetor that came with the car, and it turns out that the carburetor secondaries are interfering and are being locked out by this spacer. So this carburetor needs a little work. We put one of our other carburetors that supposedly runs correctly on the dyno on this car, and then whenever the weather clears, we're going to go test drive it with the wrong carburetor on it. If that cures the problem, we're going to send this one out to our Motorcraft HO and Autolite repair guy and have him go through the carburetor. We're going to take a few pictures and post them. We'll post a few pictures of the car when it was found and the condition it was in originally. We'll try to find that video of us taking the rust spots off and post that for you as well, all along with this video. I hope this is what you wanted, Brendan. I hope this helps. I hope it's what you want to see. He's going to run around the car and he'll look inside of it. We'll shoot some pictures of it. You can look to see this one at a car show soon in the Survivor class. Thank you very much. That's it today from the Blue Oval Car Barn. Right down the street from the Baker Hotel, underneath the Crazy Water sign in Mineral Wells, Texas. Hope to see you soon.